Hi. I know many out there are pet lovers but are too busy with either a full-time job or school to either have a cat or a dog or whatever pet you desire. So I'm going to tell you about aquariums, which is a simple hobby to get into and requires little maintenance once you set it up. Hi, my name's Andrew Weiss. I've been taking care of aquariums for about 4 years now, and I started out with a 40-gallon, and since I really got into it, now currently have four fish tanks in my house right now. I have a 30-gallon, 40, 75, and 130-gallon. So in this speech, I'm going to cover just the basics, how to set up an aquarium. So first thing to go over is the equipment that you need. So the first obvious thing you need is a tank. So you're going to want to decide what size you want, what's appropriate for where you're going to be placing it. And honestly, the rule of thumb is the bigger the tank, it's actually easier to keep fish alive. The more little bit of water in it, it dilutes the toxin. So yeah, a bigger tank if you can is preferable. The next thing you're going to want is substrate to put at the bottom of the tank. That can be either sand or gravel. And also you need a heater, just like this, and a filter, which looks something like this. This one just hangs on the side. This just dips right in, and there's suctions on it. Suction right to the side. A couple things to consider with the filter and the heater. First of all, they need to be sufficient for the tank size that you choose. The filter will say on the box how many gallons it cycles per minute. The more the better, but it'll also say what tank size it's suitable for. The same goes for the heater. It has to be big and powerful enough to sufficiently heat the tank. The last thing you need is a light. There's really two types. There's fluorescent and non-fluorescent. You're going to be paying more for fluorescent lights, but if you decide to put plants in your tank and you want them to grow, you absolutely need a fluorescent light. Okay, so we're going to go into what you do to set up the tank. So the first thing first is you want to put the substrate in first, for example, sand. I personally prefer sand because the waste that the fish produce sits just simply on top of it. So when you clean the tank, it comes right off the top. But if you have gravel, it'll sink down deep into the substrate, and your water quality will be dirtier. The next thing is you start putting water in after that. And one thing you need to do when you're putting the water in is use the chlorinator. Tap water comes with chlorine in it, which one kills fish, but also doesn't allow bacteria to grow in the water. And this bacteria is actually beneficial for the fish, and they need it to survive. So yeah, once you get it all filled up, get the water dechlorinated, then you're gonna want your tank to sit for about 2 weeks to let the bacteria grow in the filter. During this time, you don't actually need to have the light on because there's no fish in it. You're not viewing it for anything unless you put plants in, and then you're gonna want to start the light right away. Another thing to consider when getting a light is you also might want a timer. That is, you can get one at Walmart, basically anywhere. The thing that for like Christmas trees, they use the same thing. You set a time, 8 to 10 hours is sufficient per day, and then you don't have to worry about turning it on and off. So just set it for a time a day when you get home, and you're going to want to look at your fish tank. So once you got that all done, wait the 2 weeks, then you can put fish in. Rule of thumb is about inch of fish per gallon. So if you have a 40-gallon tank, you can put 40 inches of fish in the tank. Another thing is you want to do weekly water changes. I use it's a siphon, and you just suck the water out and you clean the bottom of the tank during that time as well. And you want it to take about 20% of your water per change. You can do that weekly, twice a week, doesn't matter. You can tell if your water quality is suffering and you need to do more. Also, when you put water back in, you need to dechlorinate it again, just like you did when you started the tank. Other than that, feed your fish every day and you're good to go. So I've been taking care of fish tanks for about 4 years, like I said earlier, and it's really going to be a lifelong hobby for me. I've enjoyed it very much, especially here in the winter when you don't go outside very often. It's really nice to have an indoor hobby that you can look at these fish tanks year round. So that's all I have for you. Thank you.